Did I ever tell you the time that I survived Katrina hurricane? Well, during Katrina, I was on a boat going up the Mississippi River. And as the hurricane got closer, I was somewhere in between New Orleans and Baton Rouge. As the hurricane got closer, we had to let go of the barges that we were pushing and start pushing north on the Mississippi. So we get as far as we can and we tie off to an old dock on the Mississippi River. And me, being who I wasn't too bothered by it. I'm just going to go to sleep and I'll wake up. Well, as it hits, the guy who was responsible for ensuring that the tie-up, was loosened every once in a while as the river rose, fell asleep. And somehow I woke up. There he is, sleeping on the couch. And the boat's listing over sideways because even the captain is falling asleep upstairs. So I go out and I got to take the axe off the wall, cut the ropes, and then retie the boat up. Now I watched that Mississippi rise 15 foot in that one location that we were. That's how far backed up that Mississippi River had gotten because they had pushed all that water back up. Luckily, we had one of the windshields in the captain, in the wheelhouse, cracked from either something hitting it or the wind was just too much. Well, after that, cell phones wasn't as good back then as they are now. There was we didn't have a satellite phone, and even if you did, you couldn't call out. So I couldn't contact my family, and I was scheduled to go home. But since they had placed an emergency order in the state of Louisiana, you couldn't leave because that was essential to continue moving, industries around. So it took a long time before we could even contact our families, because my family had lived in Louisiana, before we could find out if everybody was okay. And I had to stay on that boat an extra, I think, 10 days or 14 days or something because I couldn't leave. That's just the first hurricane. So, because I survived Rita 2 direct hit. And I'll tell that story here shortly because that one's a little bit more funny than the other ones. But thankfully I woke up because it would have flipped the boat over and drowned. Thanks, Shane, for the story, man. Appreciate you, biggin'.